Hello, everybody, and welcome to another episode of my exciting art vlog. It's not going to be too exciting today because I'm very tired. I'm also cold, which is why you see me bundled up. We're off to a great start here. You see me bundled up. I was considering, like, could I maybe film from in my bed? Would that be weird? But no, I'm filming today because it is the start of a new month. It is November. It is my birthday month. I have plans to do absolutely nothing and eat a lot of crap, which I'm already doing right now because it's post Halloween. That's part of the reason I'm so tired, is because I am ingesting more sugar than I ingest in a week in single days. So I'm not sleeping super well, and just eating a bunch of crap does that to you. So I'm in a little bit of the sugar coma, and it's just gonna keep happening. This happens every single year. We start eating a lot of candy around Halloween, and then birthday month happens, where first it's my dad's birthday, then it's my birthday, and then it's Thanksgiving, and then December happens, and then all bets are off, and we're eating completely terrible. So sometimes we have made an attempt to eat a little healthier and not go overboard with the sugar. And that we've actually been successful in previous years. I'm going to try to get back onto the don't eat like complete crap train, because usually I am super healthy. It's just Halloween happens. We have a bunch of leftover Halloween candy at work that we were giving out on our Halloween party, so that's part of the problem. I've had multiple pieces of candy every shift, which that's been like, I don't know, today, yesterday, it's been 2 days. I still feel like I've eaten a lot of candy. But enough about that. Let's talk about what I accomplished in October, which the main thing to discuss was Inktober, and I have a whole assortment of drawings here. I'm going to flip through. I'm going to show you guys my drawings in an upcoming video. You can also find all of my drawings on all of my social media accounts. This was my 5th Inktober this year. I actually, as I said, I took a little break from Gobliterated. Did I tell you guys I was taking a Gobliterated break? Because I don't remember now. Well, I took a Gobliterated break because it was Gobtober, and so it was an entire month of orcs and goblins, because fuck yeah. So I will do a video where I talk about all of the drawings I did individually, what I was thinking or perhaps not thinking with each drawing. I feel like it was a pretty solid year. There's a few pieces where I look at it and it's like, yeah, I was really tired when I did that. Or like, this one's pretty simple. This was just like an end of the day, I need to take a nap, I need to go to bed. Actually, I was super tired when I did this one, but I was in bed while working on it, and I didn't want to just call it quits and just do a complete cop out. There's one piece I did where it's not even a piece, it's just like I was way too tired. There was a lot going on that particular day, and I didn't have time to do any art stuff, but I was determined to make a pen drawing happen. So we have just some gesture sketches. I wanted to make sure ink drawing happened because I didn't want to miss a single Inktober day, because it's a 5-year straight streak. I've never missed a day in all 5 years I've done Inktober. I've done some crappy Inktober drawings, but I haven't missed a day, which, I mean, the question is there, is it worth it to do the really crappy drawing just so you get the day in? I don't know. I feel like I have such a streak going out. I don't want to mess it up at this point. So that Inktober, and then there was like a secondary Inktober that was a forum specific thing, and I didn't do a drawing every day on that one because I wasn't able to do a double Inktober this time around. I was happy with what I did draw for that forum Inktober. The final piece was awesome. It just, there were a lot of days where it's like, I want to focus on my main Inktober, other art projects I'm doing, and then I have an actual real adult person job that I actually work at. This isn't like the teen center where sometimes I had nothing and I could plan comics on the clock. No, I'm actually working around here, which I like my job a lot. I've mentioned before, I think it's a perfect job for me. Actually, there is something I did this month art-wise that relates to my job. I'll talk about it. It's awesome, but I'll go down the list of what I plan to do first. So, Inktober forum stuff, and then I think last video I was talking about a piece I was doing for one of my friend's birthdays, a representation of him. You guys have heard me mention my character Nighthawk is based off of him, so I did a really cool painting of Nighthawk that I'm very proud of, and I'm going to pop it into the video so you can see it as optimally as possible. I'm just really happy with how this particular combination of media I've been using is turning out, where I'll do an ink drawing, and then I make sure the ink lines are still visible. I'm keeping the line art, but then I'm also adding in watercolor and gouache. This one I added brain fart. I added in some China marker in the background also, and I'm really happy with how the whole result ended up. I did a different, I think it's like, you guys are going to be able to see the drawing because I'm going to have it right here. I think the background, it was green and yellow, which I like that I did that because I keep going for reds, oranges, and yellows in my backgrounds a lot, and I wanted to change it up and do something a little different than what I normally do. And green is not always a background color that I go to. A lot of times, lately it's been, like I said, the oranges and reds, but then I also have done a lot of blue in backgrounds, and for a while it was purple. I had a lot of purple paintings, then I switched to blue paintings, and now I'm going with like fiery background. So I'm trying to change it up a little bit, not get so stuck in like specific things that I have a tendency to do. But that happened, and it's badass, and I'm proud of it. I did a moderate amount of work on Whoa Awesome Space Babe. There are pages being planned, so there are thumbnail sketches. There's a script that I'm working on, and I just keep overthinking it because I want it to be really good. I always say every Whoa Awesome Space Babe issue is better than the last, and I want to hold my standards. I want to push my standards, make it better every single time, consciously identify like what could have been better about the last issue and how can I improve it on the next issue. I'm always trying to improve because that is just, there's so many things in comics that you have to think about just beyond can you draw well and put crap into boxes. It's like, how are these boxes arranged on your paper? Does it read well? Is the plot remotely coherent? And that's unfortunately one of the things I have a hard time with is the plot coherent? Does any of this make sense? This is why I'm writing things out in a script and reading through and being like, okay, is there enough information for the reader? And one of my problems that I'm having is pacing. I think because I have read consistently over my life, I've read more manga than just like single issue comics. So the way I see things getting paced out, I'm thinking like with Naruto, you've got this 50 volume long form story. You can expand character development and have like plot points stretched out over a very long expanse of time. And just from an individual volume also, the pacing is quite a bit different than if you're writing just a 20 issue or 20 to 30 page comic. You have a different, there's more, what am I trying to say here? The pacing is different because you got more pages to work with. So I tend to not pace things very well if I'm working in a shorter comic format, but also in the past where I've wanted to do more of a manga format, my pacing was also kind of terrible, so I might just suck at that. It's not even that I'm pacing for the wrong thing, it's just that my pacing is bad. And so there's things I want to reveal about characters, but I keep like pushing it off, and I've decided, you know what, the Nighthawk, who I'm writing as a very enigmatic character. He's got a lot of secrets about him. I'm just going to reveal a few things about him right away because I don't think, like, the planet he's from is not actually that big of a secret at this point. He's like a special forces agent, and his whole identity is supposed to be under wraps, so nobody would know his real name. Nobody knows the planet he's from. And there's like he has a very elaborate backstory at this point. I'm gonna just start peppering things in because that's gonna make him more interesting than just not telling the viewer anything about him at all, or telling the reader anything about him at all. I'm gonna just kind of throw little tidbits of information about him. And I want to reveal more about Gorga also, because as I've thought about her, she's becoming a much more interesting character in my head. Right now in the comics, she's not as interesting as she could be. And so that's what needs to be revealed in either the next issue, or if I decide, what I'm thinking, I'm either going to have like an issue 7 where I'm going to redesign things for issue 7, and I'm just going to continue on in the format I already have been, or I'm going to do the graphic novel, and that really depends on, I don't know, how much time I have, what I decide to do. If I come up with a really good idea that I want to just go forward with, then I'll do more short issues and put off the graphic novel. So, not sure what's going on with that. And then the other comic thing, which I don't think was that on the list? I don't know. One of my managers keeps bugging me to do this, so that's why it was something I wrote down to do. I was going to do it at work, and then I forgot to bring this notebook. I am planning a little bit of Brain Fart Comics 5, which eventually it's going to happen. Eventually. This might be the November goal, comic-wise, and I'll talk about that before long. But that was basically what was going on in October. It was the regular Inktober, a little bit of a side Inktober. There was the painting of Hawk and Teo. Hawk for Teo, that's what that is. Not Hawk and Teo. I can't read right now, guys. I'm tired. The painting of Hawk for Teo, that's what my shorthand was. And I keep reading it as Hawk and Teo because the 4 looks like a plus. And I don't know, my brain doesn't work. I used all my brain cells when I was at my job today. And then a marginal amount of comics happened. What didn't happen this month is the painting. Can you guys even see it? No? Well, I'm too lazy to bring it over here. It looks exactly the same as the last time you saw it. I'm gonna... Actually, this week, I think I'm gonna schedule a day where it's like, sit down and paint, just get this done with. And now we're gonna talk about... I'm gonna reach over here. Talk about some things that weren't on the list that I did anyway. So, I mentioned my Dragon Quest XI painting series. This is my ink work of Jade and Rab, and I'm going to paint them eventually. I might have actually done this at the beginning of the... I don't think it was the very beginning of the month. I don't know. This has been sitting undone on my shelf for a little while. Oh, actually, here, I'll show it off for a little bit longer. Give you guys a better look. There we go. What else did I do that I didn't have to? Oh, that was the thing that I said related to work, is I made art with a baseball bat. So we get all these busted baseball bats. There's nothing really exciting going on here. Actually, I can't really tell what's busted about this one, but it was in the busted bat pile. I'm going to do something cool with it. I'm going to pop in some photos of the bat that I sculpted. I added paper clay and I added acrylic paint, and I just made it really disgusting in time for Halloween. And apparently, according to Vaughn, one of my managers, I already got an offer on it. And he didn't want to name a price because he hadn't consulted with me yet. I was saying I'm not going to sell it for less than $50 for the amount of effort that I put into it. I definitely want to make that a thing that I do in the future. I'm going to make cool art out of busted baseball bats. We actually have a guy... You can get like a custom usable bat from a local guy who turns wooden bats on a lathe, so we have that service available. And then if you want some just weird art bats, you can come to me and get some gross shit made out of a busted aluminum bat. Or maybe I can take the broken wooden bats and do something with it. I'll see. Which I have an idea already for my second bat, and it will be awesome. So I'm excited about that. That's a random thing that occurred. And another art related thing, I should have gotten the little notebook where I had the actual painting I did, but I made a work business card, and as you can see, I painted a dolphin, and I painted it with coffee. I painted it at work, even. Even at work, I find time to get art done. So that's exciting. I'm gonna make an artist business card at some point in the future, and it's gonna be rad. What other? Oh, the other thing that I randomly did, you might have noticed I'm wearing a hopefully not too crappy looking torque. This is it's like a protective amulet in Celtic folklore. Now don't look too closely at it, it is very wonky. It is made out of polymer clay. It has it has copper wire in it to hold the shape. Then painted with acrylic paint. My hair's not even up. See, that's how unprepared I was today. That's how tired I was. I did my morning workout and I cut it so close to work that I didn't even have time to do my hair. So is that everything I did in October? Yes, that is. That is mostly Inktober focused. So with that leads us to what is the plan for November. And as usual, I pick November as the month to do a big comic project, because that is NaNoWriMo month, and I feel like just doing a big project is a good November thing to do. So there's the question is, am I going to focus on Whoa Awesome Space Babe, or am I going to focus on Brain Fart Comics? I'd like to have both of the next issues written, and whether I get beyond that is a question. I wrote down that I want Brain Fart Comics 5 to be planned, and then Whoa Awesome Space Babe 6 to get to the penciled stage, like fully penciled. That might be quite a big task to get done, combined with everything else I'm planning. We're just gonna see if that happens. I'm just gonna think happy thoughts that I am gonna have the time and the energy to do that, because right now, being already tired, I'm tired just looking at my list of things to do. But I took a little day off on the 1st, just not really focusing on any projects, so kind of recuperate from the Inktober grind. And then I'm going to focus on the writing. I want to work on that painting of Jade and Rab at some time in the coming month, which I could just focus on that in the evenings, and I don't know, I don't think that'll take too much time away from any comic writing. And then the one other thing to do is I'm just gonna try to haul ass on that painting, because I'm gonna do something with it donating wise. You guys already heard me say it's gonna be donated to Pacific Wildlife Care, but our official yearly fundraiser isn't happening because we're still having a COVID apocalypse and we're not quite sure what to do, which I don't know. I feel like a lot of people have kind of just decided the apocalypse is over. There was never a official, yeah, apocalypse is over, everything's fine. At the wildlife clinic, because we're basically a hospital just for four-legged patients, we're taking health crises very seriously. We're being almost overly careful, some people would say. I don't know. I'm being more particular about wearing a mask than other people are, but I'm not gonna... If you don't want to wear it at this point, I'm not judging you. Anyway, enough about that. What was I gonna say? Oh my goodness. This video is going great. I should have just taken a nap, you guys. So the list of things to do in November, that is finish my oil painting. The nice thing about that fundraiser not happening is there was no deadline. I mean, it would have been happening this month, and it's already in, like, terrible state. It's because I'm painting birds and I'm having a hard time with the feathers, so I'm having a hard time getting motivated to face that arduous task. That's where we're at in terms of that painting, but I need to just get it done or I'm going to hit the wall where I don't want to work on it anymore and it never gets done ever. So I don't want that to happen. So goal is we get the Death Spiral painting done. Whoa, awesome Space Babe, maybe to the pencil lane stage. I don't know. That's a big optimistic goal. And then Brain Fart Comics 5 plans at least, so I know where I'm going with that. And then the Jade and Rab painting. So that is 4 things. That's only 4 things I'm planning to do next month. It's just that 3 of those 4 things are gigantic, and I might do the art bat, the next art bat that I want to. I need to do some research on that. I need to go out to the waterfront and I need to take photos of barnacles and I need to sketch barnacles, and you'll see what's going to be going on with that. I think this is going to be maybe not cooler than the last one. The last one was pretty cool. This one I think is going to be something that we can have on display all season long and not just as the Halloween thing. So you'll see what happens there. But on that note, I'm going to call this video good, and I'm probably going to go take a nap because I'm tired. Thank you guys so much for watching, even when I am clearly sleep deprived. I do appreciate all of my subscribers. Remember that I am going to do a 100 subscriber special. We're going to be opening some Garbage Pail Kids stickers that have been unopened since 1980 whatever. I'm going to do a card opening before then, though. I think I might actually do it on my birthday. I think that would be a fun day to do that. So, like I said, thank you guys for watching and have a wonderful time making art.